a Begonia, a Calathea, another Ficus Elastica, a few string of hearts, and a couple of Hoyas. These are just some of the plants I picked up for this plant haul video. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys a few of the plants I picked up since my last plant haul. And before I do another houseplant tour summer edition, which I plan to do in the next few weeks, if you do want to be part of my everyday plant life, be sure to follow me on Instagram, Crazy Plant Guy. That's where I do daily posts of plant pictures as well as my daily vlogs. So be sure to check that out if you're not following me already. So let's get started with this plant haul. I want to start with the neon pothos. So this is my third pothos. And the first one I got was the Manjula or the Enjoy, which I thought was the Enjoy, and it ends up being the Manjula, the Marble Queen, and now I have the Neon. So the next one I want to get for sure is the Golden Pothos. If I do see that, I'm definitely going to pick that guy up. As you know, pothos are really easy to care for, one of the easiest houseplants to have. So if you're a beginner, this is a good one to get. The next plant I want to show you guys is the the Begonia Angelwing. So this is actually my first begonia, and the only reason why I got him was because I saw him at this plant shop back in Winnipeg where I got the Calathea and the string of hearts, which I'll show you guys later. And it was only $2 and he was really small, and I figured why not get him since I don't have a begonia yet. So pretty cool little plant, and again, what I like about this guy is the white speckles on his leaves. And so far he's growing pretty well. I mean, he was just a tiny baby about 2 weeks ago and thriving pretty good, so pretty cool looking plant here. So the next plant I want to show you guys is the Calathea ornata. So also known as a pinstripe Calathea, and this guy is a beauty. I got him at the plant shop back in Winnipeg, my hometown, and again, that plant shop is probably the best plant shop I've ever been to. But again, Calatheas are pretty easy to care for. They're part of the Maranta family as well, and this one is pretty cool because I love the pinstripe pink it has, and pretty easy, low maintenance. I find Calatheas and Marantas are pretty easy for me. They prefer low light, soil to be moist, and yeah, I thought this guy was pretty cool. So the next plant I want to show you guys is the Peperomia Pro. So this guy, we officially gave him a name on Instagram. You know how most plants have a nickname, like the Sansevieria is known as the snake plant, or the Monstera is also known as like the Swiss cheese plant, or the Oxalis is also known as the shamrocks. So this guy, we gave him his own nickname because he didn't have one. We are officially calling this guy a few nicknames. One is the turtle shell plant, because look at his leaves, it has those turtle shell pattern. I think he looks like turtle shells. And the other name we gave him is the chain of turtles, because this is one of those plants that are hanging or trailing, and I think this is one of the it's one of my favorite peperomias for sure. But yeah, very fragile leaves, almost like a succulent feel to it. But yeah, so as this guy matures and grows, I'm probably gonna move him into a hanging plant, so that way he looks like this guy, the string of hearts. But yeah, pretty cool plant. So if you don't have one of these turtle shell plant or chain of turtles, be sure to get one. And yeah, the next plant I want to show you guys is the Stromanthe Triostars. So this guy is one of my favorite dancing plants, similar to the prayer plant. This guy's leaves moves up as the sun goes down, and again, one thing I like about this is just his colors. I mean, he's got the tricolor going on, the green, the cream, and the pink back. So one of my favorite dancing plants. If you don't have one, be sure to get one. Pretty easy to take care of, I find. Again, keep the soil moist, and right now I keep him in medium to bright light, unlike the Calathea or the Maranta, who's more on the low medium light location. But yeah, the next plant I want to show you guys is the Ficus Elastica rubber plant. This is the variegata Tineki one, so it has the cream and white color. So I really like this guy. And again, rubber plants are one of the 4 plants I want to be giants in my home. This, the Monstera, the fiddly fig, and the bird of paradise. I think having all 4 of those guys to be giants in my home really gives that jungle feel. So, but this one is cool because I don't have this kind, which is the variegata Tineki one. I have the burgundy. which is also another one of my favorites, as well as the ruby one. So when I saw this guy, I had to get him for sure. The next plant I want to show you guys is the tada, the Hawiye Macrophylla. So this guy I like because of his giant leaves and the lingy stems he's got here. So when it comes to Hoyas, they are probably one of the easiest plants to care for. I find they thrive really well upstairs in my bedroom, where I have a bit more humidity, so there is a bit more airflow there. Keep them in bright light, and I don't water them until maybe like 2 weeks or whenever his soil is completely dried out. So the next plant I got is also another Hoya. It is the tada, the Hawiye Liriano. So this one is a little bit different than some of the Hoyas you typically would see. He's more of the longer type of plant, and his leaves are a little bit smaller. So I thought he looked pretty cool when I saw this guy. And again, I like Hoyas. They're really easy to care for, and when they bloom, they look really beautiful. So none of my Hoyas bloomed yet, but hopefully one day they will. And then the next Hoya I want to show you guys is the tada, the Hawiye Goddess. So this plant is my second Hoya carry, and the first one I got was actually one of those single heart leaf plants. And technically those will never turn into a plant. They will never produce additional hearts. They are marketed that way. The average consumer would not know that. They think it'll turn into one of these plants, but 90% of the time they won't. So I know I got fooled into thinking that they will, but I got lucky enough to find this plant, which had originally just 2 hearts. And this guy was actually producing another baby heart there. And there was another one the same size, opposite of each other, before I shot this video. But I'm going to be honest, he got damaged in the making of this plant haul video, so I'm a little bit upset about it. But I got over it. It's okay. I ended up nipping or clipping off the heart as I was reaching for a plant, and he was in the way. So when it comes to baby plants, they're very fragile, so you gotta be careful around them. And in this case I didn't, but in any event, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna produce more hearts. I hope so. I hope he doesn't punish me. I'm really sorry about that little guy, but one of my favorite Hoyas ever, and hopefully he will thrive really well and produce more hearts. So the next plants I want to show you guys are the tada, the string of hearts. So this one is the variegated kind. See if you guys can see that. And then this one is the non-variegated kind. So this is my first string of hearts that I got, and these were actually on my wish list for the longest time. They were very hard to find. I finally found them about a couple months ago with the variegated string of hearts at a nursery up north, and it was an hour drive, and I went there as soon as I found out that they had some baby ones. So I ended up getting about 3 of them, and I put 2 of them into this one pot to try and turn this guy into a fodder plant, so that way he can thrive really well and healthy, and then maybe propagate this guy in a few years time. And this guy I found at the plant shop back in Winnipeg, and he's a little bit more full. And this one, as well as the fodder plant you see back here, I also got from Winnipeg, and I was excited when I found this guy because this guy looks so amazing and beautiful, and he is ready to get propagated as well, but I don't think I'll do that anytime soon. I think I want to let this guy thrive and grow a little bit more, but fairly easy to care for, so I hear. Very low maintenance type of plants. Are semi-succulent, and they typically like bright light, and of course watering only when their soil is dry. So I think that's about it. Ooh, I got one more to show you guys. It is actually my recent plant that I picked up. I literally picked this guy up today. It is the Thai Constellation Monstera. So these guys are just babies, and I'm so excited for them because these are very rare and hard to find. They somewhat resemble right now a Marble Queen Pothos, but as they grow older, they will start looking more like a Monstera with its split leaves and holes on them. But it's gonna take a while. These were actually not naturally organically grown. They were cloned by one of the mother plants, and then mixed something in the laboratory, or done something in the laboratory, the Thai laboratory. But anyway, it's probably the only time I would ever support cloning, but I thought it was pretty cool. and I'm very excited to have these guys as part of the family. Other than that, I think that's about it. If you guys have any questions about any of the plants I showed you guys, be sure to comment below and ask away. I'll try and get to them as soon as I can. And again, if you want to be part of my everyday plant life, be sure to follow me on Instagram. That's where I am every day, all day. Other than that, I will see you guys soon. Hopefully you guys have a good day. Peace.